Goals. You know, we've all heard the term goals. We need to set goals. We need to have a map. We need to have something to go for. And that's really very true. But let's talk about what goals are. Most of us set goals on the amount of money that we're looking to bring in. My goal this year is $1 million. My goal is 10 new clients. My goal is $100,000 in new business. Well, that's all well and good, but that's only part of your goal. Goals are set by things that you can control. You can't control who says yes. You can't control who buys what you've got. Now, there's obviously ways you can influence that, but you can't control it. What can you control? Well, there's three things you can control, and there are actually three A's. The first A is your attitude. That's the belief in yourself, the belief in your company, the belief in your product, and the confidence that you have. It's also the belief that if a rock is put on front of you, like this recession that we're in, that you will go over it, under it, or through it, but you will not stop and say, I have a rock, I can't go any further. So that's the most important thing, is your attitude. The second A is your activities. And this is where a lot of the goals come in. Your activities are what you do every day, every week, every month. And that involves lots of things. It could involve for you cold calling. It could involve going back to your original clients and building additional business. It could involve building what we call strategic alliances, aligning yourself with other people who have similar businesses who can introduce you to some of your clients or prospects. There's lots of things it could be. And what you need to do when it comes to goals is you need to have a revenue goal. But in addition to that, you also need to have goals under each of these categories I just talked about. How many cold calls are you going to make? How many strategic alliance meetings are you going to have in a particular week? How many clients are you going to go back to try to upsell? What are you going to do? And those are all goals. So if you meet your revenue goal, you haven't met your complete goal unless you've met all of those. Because what you do today doesn't have to do with tomorrow. It has to do with next week, next month, and next year. So if you're busy and you've closed a bunch of business and you stop the goals of activity, you're going to do this a couple of months from now. So it needs to stay steady. The third A is approach. And that is what you say and what you do when you're actually in front of a prospect or a client. Also very important. But in setting goals, the most important thing is having a positive attitude, setting goals not just on revenue but on all the other things that you do to prospect, having goals within your prospecting, and being able to achieve a higher closing ratio through your actual approach.